up there, tallywhackers? What's happening? It's November.
It is November.
Yeah, we have been gone
2nd.
till November. We've been here every week, but we're still been gone till November. We're here. We're Wyclef. It's Wednesday. Let's get it.
Welcome, everyone. A lot of things pissed me off today, and I'll be talking about those.
Man, just straight to anger. Let's just get to the anger right off the bat
let's
this
go.
week.
We're going right off the bat
Okay.
to the asshole.
Yeah.
Because I got a new asshole. I had a different one, and I was all excited about it, and then on my way here, I got a new one.
All right. And guys, I don't have an asshole. I'm pretty peaceful, but Chris, right off the bat this week, just wants to get this anger out, so let's just let him have it.
Oh, my God, I have an asshole.
What a fucking peckerhead.
I tell you, I had a good one this week.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm going to save him until next week then.
All right. Well, then he wouldn't be asshole of the week. You can do 2 assholes.
No, I'm just doing one because this one's got me so fucking
I don't
mad.
have an asshole, so.
My asshole is Mike Brown.
All right. What, the guy?
Yeah, the guy. The owner of the Bengals.
All right. Yeah, he is an asshole.
This is beyond asshole.
Depends on who you ask.
What he did today is
He's the sweetest
beyond
old man
asshole.
to a lot of people.
You realize that every week at every Bengal game they appoint like a grand marshal, a leader of the jungle, they call it. Ruler of the jungle.
Are you mad because he got Pacman?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Pacman is a shithead of a human being. I don't give a fuck how long he played here. You don't see the Bills doing that with OJ. Pacman is not a quality person. He's a fucking racist. He screamed the N-word. He spit on a nurse. He's been arrested a dozen times. He went to a fucking titty bar in Vegas and beat up the strippers and the bouncers and took his money back. This guy is not anyone you want representing your team or your fucking city at any point in his life.
No, I'm with you as far as most of that.
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole. There's no way around the fact that Pacman Jones is an asshole.
Right.
All right. Both me and you have met him multiple times. Have had to deal with him multiple times. Have lots of friends that have had to deal with him multiple times. This isn't like a one time he had a bad night kind of thing. It's like no, this is just who he is.
That's who he is.
He's a fucking asshole. I don't care if he's been nice to you. You've ran into him at the local barber shop and he was a nice guy or something like. I don't care.
Right.
He's an asshole. All right. I'm sure even Hitler had a couple friends.
And this week, he is representing our city and our team.
Yeah, I thought that was funny, too, and I seen people excited about it and stuff. Pacman still has fans around here, and it's people that don't know him.
You know who the fans are? The fans are, he's done one decent thing in his life when he adopted Chris Henry's kids.
That was nice. But even then, we know...
We've dealt with this guy.
He's kind of an absentee dad. I'm sure he's an absentee dad to Chris Henry's kid,
How many
too.
times has he been arrested? How many times has he fucking pushed people around and fucking... The guy's an asshole.
He's a giant
and
asshole.
Mike Brown says, who are we going to make our fucking leader of the jungle today? Ruler of the jungle? Pacman Jones.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes Mike Brown the asshole. Yeah, maybe just old and ignorant.
He did it.
Nothing
gets by that team
I
without
like the
his
comparison to OJ. I mean, we are talking about different levels. Because here's the thing about...
OJ was acquitted, dude.
That's what I was about to say. You ruined it.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to go on about how, Pacman... Or OJ's a lot of things, but he's never murdered anyone or anything. Like, Pacman's a complete asshole. OJ was just in the wrong place, the wrong time kind of guy,
Poor guy. But the whole point is,
he was embarrassed.
No other team would do that.
He jumped in that white Bronco. He was embarrassed.
Hey, next week at the Carolina Panthers game, we got Ray Caruth live via satellite as ruler of the fucking Panther game.
No, but I bet you like Denver would have that one asshole. I mean, I'm sure some people would have assholes back. A lot of people don't know they're assholes. That's the bottom line.
Everyone in the world knows he's an asshole.
You would think.
That thing in Vegas was national news. He went into a titty bar and took all his money back and beat the bouncers up. Had his guys beat the bouncers up. This guy is not a good person.
And when Pacman's with his boys, like especially, I don't know if it's the kids he grew up with or whatever. They're not kids now, but you know what I mean. The guys that he grew up with, I've seen him with them a couple of times. And for one thing, those guys are scary.
Yeah.
And Pacman is an even bigger asshole. We're talking
he's got
like
the fucking muscle behind him.
Me and Pacman share a barber, so we're barber buddies. But outside of that, I don't like the guy.
This guy's the ruler of the jungle for this week's game.
What the fuck's that mean?
Well, it's
ruler of the jungle. They come out there in their stupid little They have like a chair.
Lead the team out of the tunnel, that kind of thing. But the whole point is, you don't want to do it with somebody like that.
No, it should just be Chad Johnson every week.
I agree. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, Chad Johnson should just have a job to come out every single week. The Bengals are at home, introduce the team, and be awesome, you know?
And every time that Chad Johnson's busy, you throw in Anthony Munoz.
Fine.
You got a lot of guys. I mean, you got so many ex-Bengals that still live in the area or would gladly fly here for the fucking honor. You're giving it to a guy who's been arrested a dozen fucking times on national fucking news and has never been arrested for anything minor. He went to the emergency room and spit in the nurse's face. This guy is representing us this week.
He's a horrible person.
He is.
There's no way around it. He's a horrible person.
And Mike Brown picked him this week.
It's like when you still have, every once in a while, you run into a guy around here that'll defend Adrian Broner. And you're just like, no.
Yeah,
there's no defense for that guy. He's a horrible person, and I'm pretty sure he's a crackhead at this point, but either way.
Yeah. It pissed me off. When I heard it, I was like, Mike Brown, are you out of your mind? You just embarrassed the city on national TV Thursday or Monday, and then to make up for it, you pick Pacman Jones as the ruler of the jungle for this week.
My asshole of the week might just be the whole fucking Bengals team after this week.
Rah-rah.
Jesus Christ. That was embarrassing.
It was. And you know, the thing about it is, for you guys that don't know Jason and I, we're diehard Bengals people. We're going to be tomorrow. But Monday's game was embarrassing.
And we'll throw out another asshole of the week. Whoever picked out the fucking TVs at the Mad Tree on Madison Avenue. Hey, way to build a gigantic bar. All sorts of room, you know, nice, all that shit. Your seats are super uncomfortable, and your TVs are 40 fucking inches.
And I paid $56 for one pitcher of beer and two glasses. To
be fair, if I go to a brewery, I expect to pay a lot of money on the alcohol side.
That much?
Which is ridiculous because they're making it there, so you would think it would. But either way, that's just their thing. You know what I mean? These fancy drinkers. Okay. I don't get it. It's not us. That's the bottom line.
I will never go there again to watch a game.
No, I'll probably never go there again unless I have to for like an event or something.
Right.
But either way, I didn't have a beer that I particularly enjoyed, but I'm not a beer drinker, so I'm not going to be the best critic there.
I tried 3 different beers, and they were all okay.
None of them were $7 a pint.
No.
You know, that's the bottom line as far as that's concerned.
$7 a pint, and then that pitcher was like $30 or something.
I bought a mixed drink that was $12, and you know, just
and
a regular glass.
And it came out of the tap.
The mixed drink?
Nate's did. Came out of a fucking tap.
Well, I don't know that. You know, they went in the back, so I couldn't see it.
Nate's was a tequila sunrise that came right out of the tap, and then they squirted some grenadine on the top.
Yeah, go fuck
yourself. So
it's
pre-mixed garbage for these well drinks.
Hey, but they have plenty of ferns. If you're going out to bars just for the fern attraction, then go to Mad Tree. They got plenty of ferns hanging around.
Yeah, and if you like stepping in dog shit, you have a good chance at Mad Tree.
Yeah, see, I figured that would be your assholes, but or your fuck yous. But
the Mike Brown thing really pissed me off, man.
Yeah, I guess. It's
just an honorary title. But it's like
they're going to run out of people. If they do different people every week and you're doing it every home game, how many fucking people can we have?
Well, they don't all have to be. So
we're about to have a lot of assholes. It's only a matter of time for like Willie Cunningham's on there and shit like that, you know?
Yeah, but fuck it. I'd take Willie over this guy.
100%, because I think Willie's mostly a joke.
He is. I think he does. I think his radio shit is mostly just to get a rise out of people.
He's a character at this point.
Yeah, that's all he is. He calls himself a character.
Does he?
But the bottom line is he's never spit in a nurse's face who was trying to render aid to him. He's never fucking beat up bouncers and strippers and knocked strippers to the ground because he wanted his money back after he made it rain. It's a joke to me.
Well, the career's over. You know, you might want to stop making it rain. All right, the rain time's done. Keep that money. You're going to need that.
It just amazes me that they did it. I mean, there's so many fucking other people you could have chosen. They don't have to be athletes. They can be somebody who did something good for the fucking community. It could be that
Blake Maislin, 777-7777.
Oh,
it's fours?
Yeah, it's all fours.
Hey, it didn't work, Blake. I couldn't fucking remember. I went with sevens.
He tried, though. He tried.
Yeah. It's because I wish for sevens all night.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Bengal game.
A bag of dicks.
I was very excited the first drive. They were moving the ball easily, going right down. Myles Garrett made a great play. There was a pick. Okay. We moved the ball easy. I think that's the last time we moved the ball easily.
It was. I believe we had 50-something yards on the first drive, and then the rest of the half we had like 43 yards or some shit like that. We couldn't move the ball. We gave up running right away. You know, and I know we haven't been a great running team, but Cleveland's not great at stopping the run. Their strength is their pass rush.
Right.
So
Myles Garrett. And
why wouldn't you be doing more runs? It makes no sense.
Nixon had 27 yards.
Yeah, it was awful. And I think the first drive was like the 9 of those yards was the first 2 runs.
Yeah.
So they stopped that too big.
He got a couple of screen passes and got a few yards on the receiving end, but
the worst part about this game, I mean, we look like shit on offense, and obviously we missed Chase, and you would think with 2 receivers as good as Higgins and Boyd and a tight end that's decent, we would still figure something out. The worst part about this game is losing Awuzie or whatever the fuck his name is on the back end.
Awuzie is right.
And that is awful. We're screwed. I mean, he is such a big part of that defense.
And as much as I'm not an Eli Apple guy, I'll take Eli Apple every day of the week over Trey Flowers.
Well, yeah, Trey Flowers is not meant to be.
I realize that, but that's where we're stuck right now.
Yeah, that's where we're stuck right now. Trey Flowers is kept on the team to guard tight ends. All right, and it makes sense. But the problem is when you take someone that's a specialty guy like that, and then you have injuries, and now your specialty guy has to do everything, it's not going to work out that well. He's not meant to guard these fucking fast-ass wide receivers.
And that's another reason why Mike Brown's the asshole. The trade deadline was the next day. You lose Awuzie that night. How about going after one the next day?
I don't go on Mike Brown about that. I think that's Tobin. I don't think Mike Brown has much to do with day-to-day football operations anymore.
Well,
I really don't.
Then let's pin that on Tobin then. But you go after one the next day. If Awuzie's gone for the year and you knew it, they knew it.
The ruler of the jungle, that would absolutely shock me if Mike Brown was the one out there every week going, I'll take him.
I don't think anything.
I don't think he knows.
I don't think he picked it, but I guarantee it goes to it by his desk.
It may. I don't know. I think his daughter runs pretty much everything these days.
Well,
I think Katie Blackburn is the organization at this point.
I don't think anything happens without Mike Brown at least knowing about it before it does. She might call the shots, but she could probably...
He could put the kibosh on everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I do agree there.
And he didn't.
I think he would have a final thing, and he did, and I wouldn't expect him to. Mostly because I just feel like he's out of touch. And his interactions with Pacman were probably great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's the one that was signing Pacman's checks.
Yeah.
So he probably thinks he's an all right guy, but to turn his back on everything else.
He doesn't watch the fucking news.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think he does. I think he's so insular. I think he just stays to himself. I think that's the only way you could be Mike Brown in this city for 40 years.
But Mike Brown's got 10 people working for him that fill him in on the important shit that he needs to know. And when one of his players gets arrested and then spits in the face of a nurse, he knows about that.
Yeah.
He knew that happened.
My thing more is just
because the NFL called him the next day and said, "Hey, Mike, what the fuck's up with your cornerback?"
And we didn't do shit at the trade deadline. You're right. The Bengals aren't going to give up picks. They're going to need those picks, though. You got to remember the Bengals. If they're at this point and you can look at it 2 ways. You got Burrow young. You got all these guys. Do you shoot for the moon right now, or do you make sure that you're going to be good through Burrow's duration? Because you can shoot for the moon right now and give up all these picks and everything else, but when you go back and you sign Burrow and you sign Chase and maybe you sign Higgins, you're going to be so fucking broke, you ain't signing anyone else.
Right, and I get that.
So
I totally get
your
that.
Readers and your Oziers and all these free agents, Von Bells, Hendricksons we brought in over the years, you can't do that. So you got to rely on draft picks and nailing the draft in order to make sure your team's good for 10 years. Well, that's what Kansas City.
And
I mean,
I
you
agree.
look at them. They pay their 3-4 big people, and then they have to kind of nail everything else or get people that'll come there on like a discount. Right. You get a lot of that shit going on.
Well, people that want to get a chance to go to the show.
Chase a championship.
Right.
But in order to get people like that to come to your team, you got to be good for 5-6 years in a row. You can't just nail it for 2 years.
Now don't get me wrong.
That's a different philosophy. You could have really went for someone, but really out there they need a quarterback, right? And they need maybe a wide receiver. Who was there? There was the guy we used to have on our team, Jackson. He signed with Pittsburgh. Right. Or that was the only cornerback on the market. So are you going to give something up for him? We let him go because he wasn't good enough.
Right.
And as far as wide receiver, I guess they could have swung for like a Jerry Jeudy or some shit like that. But now you got him on your team for a few years, and you don't really need him. You only need one for a couple months,
couple of weeks.
So I don't really blame him for the trade deadline thing, honestly. Unless they could have took a giant swing on an offensive lineman.
But this isn't. First of all, we're not giving up on the Bengals. I still have very high hopes for this year.
I'm getting close, man.
I'm not yet.
Not giving up.
I'm not yet.
Giving up on the thought that they can win a Super Bowl again.
Well, but the whole point is this is virtually
I'm getting to the point where
virtually the same roster, except for those linemen that took us to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah,
same one. I mean, same specialty positions.
Well, yeah, but now you're missing. According to Pro Football rankings and stuff last year, Awuzie was the number 2 cornerback overall behind Ramsey. All right, they're just missing so much with him going down. That hurt us so bad. And we did go into camp and everything with pretty short on cornerback. Yeah. And you can blame Tobin and them for that. They didn't prepare. I said it about the wide receiver thing last week. They should have had another wide receiver on. The roster was worth of shit.
Well, we drafted the 2 this year.
We had 2 guys that really showed out in preseason and went to the practice squad. One of them got signed somewhere else, but one of them's still on the practice squad. And I wonder why they're not bringing him up.
Well, what about that one kid, our first pick? He's a safety.
Oh, Dax Hill?
Yeah.
He's a safety, and they say that he might be able to play cornerback, and he did play cornerback this week, but, without any practice at that position, good luck.
Right.
And I don't care who you're playing. I know he wasn't playing
the greatest. But then the second one we
but...
drafted was a safety and a cornerback. They drafted him as both positions. And they said he can play both.
Well, everybody they draft is real versatile. That's why they picked him. But but
apparently our second pick played both in college. He would play both.
Well, he's playing cornerback now. He started this week.
Yeah.
And he got burnt a lot.
Yeah.
So he's not ready yet.
Well, but see,
cornerbacks are one of those positions. Very few of those guys step in the first 2 years and good. Right. It takes like 2-3 years to get decent at that position because that's think about how hard that fucking position is.
Wide receivers know position in the game.
Yeah, the wide receiver knows where they're running. They got a route. They got everything set up to try to trick you. Not only do you not have to get tricked, you have to follow one of the fastest people
without touching them too much.
Without touching them too much. That position is fucking intense.
I think it's the hardest position in the game, but. The bottom line is right now, as we sit right this second with the Wouzier gone, we're in big trouble.
Yeah, we're fucked. I have a real problem. We might be able to get some wins here in the next few weeks against teams like that. But once it's time to play your Kansas City and your Buffaloes and stuff and you have no cornerbacks, I'm sorry. It's
well,
I mean?
I don't even know what the deal is with Eli Apple. How long's he out?
He's not out long, but either way, he's now your number one.
No, he's
no one wants Eli Apple as their number one cornerback.
Absolutely not. But we do start him. We started.
Yeah,
when
he's
healthy.
A starter, and that's fine. But what we got to do with the Wouzier is we got to have him follow their best wide receiver and didn't give him help and let him do it one-on-one. With Apple, they have to scheme and have Bates and Bell and everybody else help or whoever else.
He always has.
And now you're going to have Apple on their number one by himself.
And right now,
you have to change your whole
Carolina
defense.
is looking at that and planning your whole game plan around that.
Yeah, too bad they got fucking quarterback that I don't even know the name of. It was like PJ Walker, isn't he? A character on Nickelodeon, I think.
No, Hey Arnold. Yeah, Hey Arnold.
Something like that. All right, fuck football. We got to stop talking about it. People don't want a sports show.
No. So I'm getting good feedback from the Mr. Burt thing.
Mr. Burt came in last week, and Mr. Burt did no preparation.
No,
in fact,
nice
Mr.
guy.
Burt didn't know his name was Mr. Burt until 2 minutes before Mr. Burt started talking.
He did a lot of drugs in the 80s.
So yeah,
he did lots of drugs.
We'll work on that Mr. Burt character. I think it can get better. I think Mr. Burt can prepare a little bit more next time instead of just winging it.
Yeah,
but
probably could.
There's some funny parts to it.
Well, I'll tell you, I liked him, and I'm looking forward to his other stuff. But I think what he needs to do is more focus on.
I got to give you a real
one
song
movie,
too.
one TV show.
Yes,
and
I
give you a little
disagree.
more detail about it. Maybe
I don't disagree with that.
is.
I had too much, or Burt had too much.
All right, so I'm excited. This Friday is Brozillion #2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's long enough now.
You're recording this time.
I'm recording audio.
Of course.
And I'm just going to have it on my phone right next to it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the screams are not going to be scripted or anything. I'm going to tell you what it feels like. But after the first one and the trauma that I suffered at the hands of this woman, I still felt fucking great for 2 months afterwards. And I will continue to get them my whole life.
How is the local Brazilian prices? Are they the same as the Vegas prices?
Almost exactly the same.
Really?
I paid $70 in Vegas. I think I'm paying $75 here.
All right, so you're probably runs you about $115 in New York and LA. Otherwise, it's
I would
about
imagine.
the same.
I would imagine, but
do you tip?
Yes, I do.
What do you tip on a Brazilian? That's a weird. I wouldn't know what to tip.
I tip 20.
Okay, that seems like a decent tip.
Yeah.
I don't know what the running, all those kind of things. I never know what I'm supposed to tip, like tattoo artists, all that stuff, because the prices are so high. Really? Am I supposed to give you 20% like I do a waiter? That's a lot of money.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
When I get a haircut, I tip $5.
Same here. And no matter how much, I used to get $13 haircuts. I tip $5. Now my haircut costs $35. I still tip $5.
Well, I think that's a decent tip, especially in your case, because your guy owns the shop, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting that money anyway. You go to like a Great Clips where I go.
Yeah.
These girls work for somebody.
Yeah.
They get paid a little bit of the haircut money, and then they count on the tips.
Yeah.
So
is that the way the Great Clips work? Do they get paid hourly, or do they get they have to pay a fee for their little
They rent
cubicle?
their little stall.
I thought that's the way it works.
Yeah, they rent their little stall. And is what the last girl told me. So the rent's probably not cheap. I would imagine they probably end up making, maybe 50% of the haircut.
Yeah.
If that.
I really wish I could find another barber, man, but they're all just so goddamn expensive. Everyone around me is either expensive or generic. I don't like generic.
You've got I'm not a barber, but it looks like you would have pretty easy hair to cut.
It's not about this part of the hair. It's about how well they fade the back and sides that I enjoy.
I don't think that's hard these days.
It is. There's such a difference between a good one and a bad one. There really is.
But I mean, I go to Great Clips because it's close to my house. I don't think I've ever walked out of there going, fuck.
Plus, I enjoy the fact that I can go to work and I got multiple, not white people, but, black people that'll recognize right away and go, oh, that's a Dominican haircut. You're like, what? Okay, cool.
All right, then tell them to split the $35 with me if you like it.
Well, no, I mean, everyone else around me is $35 too outside of Great Clips. I can't.
And Great Clips isn't cheap anymore. They're up to like 17.
Are they? I can't roll the dice with those women. I can't have a pregnant bitch with sandals cutting my hair. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like every Great Clips barber is like a part-time juggalo.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
They're just taking
your
clips in hair and going whoop whoop.
Hair grows very fast.
Yeah.
If somebody did fuck it up, you wouldn't know it in 3 or 4 days.
Still, I just don't want to deal with it. I like consistency. I just don't want to pay fucking $40, man. It's like
no, I don't. I wouldn't
take
either.
out a goddamn loan to get a haircut these days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, to me that's insane.
Yeah, but it's not. But it is. Everywhere I look, it's the same.
When I get, if I've ever gotten a fucked up haircut everywhere, I'd be like, in 4 or 5 days, you won't notice.
Well, I found a little Nepalese spot over there in Norwood that I took Anton to, and they weren't as expensive. It was like $20, and they did a pretty good job on him.
But look at Anton.
Yeah.
Okay, now Kane and Anton, big difference. Kane's got hair. He
Yeah.
usually does something weird with it, like
Kane's hard.
mohawk. Yeah, and it's curly.
Yeah, Kane's hard cut.
Anton's, he's got a burr cut, basically.
Mm-hmm. He likes a tight fade.
Yeah, but it's not hard. A tight fade's not hard.
No, Carmen did his haircut the other day and did a pretty good job.
I'm saying, you take it's all trimmers. It's
Dude,
done.
it takes my barber 40 minutes to do my hair. I don't know what he does, but it seems to take a long time.
Maybe he's justifying the $35.
Sometimes I think because I feel him going like that over and over on the back, and I'm just thinking like, is he not really even cutting my hair? He's just justifying this money.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
The other guy I go to, he throws the hot towel on the neck. That's not bad. I like that, but
now, see, that would be nice.
But I don't like his fade as much. He's more of a white guy barber. I like the color.
You're a white guy.
I know, but I don't like the fade part. I think they do better that way.
Funny you say that.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about this. When I go to Great Clips, I don't have somebody.
Yeah.
I wait whoever's next.
Yeah, who has someone at Great Clips? That I judge people that has.
A lot of people do.
Okay, well those are my
women
assholes
do, like when they're getting their hairs permed or whatever.
I judge a woman that goes to Great Clips.
No, some women, but I mean, women are going to get perms there and shit, and it's still costing $100 like you'd go anywhere else.
Yeah,
a perm. I think that's what most women.
Yeah,
when they go to this cosmetology school,
women out there get perms still.
Oh yeah,
who?
Lots of them. Lots of women like curly hair, man.
Oh, all right, man.
But the last time I went, the girl that cut my hair was a black girl, and now that's the one thing I always thought: black versus white.
Yeah.
Black people are probably used to cutting black hair, and I think black hair would be much harder to cut than white hair.
No, yes.
But she did a fan-fucking-tastic job on my hair. For me, for my standards. Mm-hmm. I pretty much, when I get a haircut, I look the same when I left that I do every single time, because I never change it. It's in the computer. You get this still? Yeah.
I literally don't tell them anything. I sit down and say shorter. And see what happens.
Clean it up.
Yeah,
clean it up.
Make it shorter, and I usually go, I'm balding up front. Don't make me look too bald.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
And I got a thing on the side of my head. You're gonna hit it. You're gonna think you killed me. I can't feel it.
I always go in with.
Thought it was cancer for 10 years. It's been 25 years later. It's obviously not cancer. It's staying.
Does it ever bleed when they hit it?
It's bled before.
It
yeah.
has.
Not there. Not at the barber, but I've made it bleed on my own.
See, I'll go in and make the white guy joke, the dad joke.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, do you still get a number 3 fade? Yeah, and get rid of the gray while you're there. You know, sound like that.
There you go.
You're crazy. Sound like
crazy.
that. Yeah. But
you know what I like when black people do? I like when they call me stupid, because what they're stupid doesn't mean that I'm dumb. It means usually I'm funny.
You're funny, yeah.
But it's, you're so stupid. And it just cracks me up. Like, how did that become funny?
Oh, yeah? Well, fuck you.
Exactly. Like, that's the white thing. Hey, man, I'm not fucking stupid. You knock it off. Eat a dick. You're stupid, maybe.
But I didn't say anything funny. You're stupid anyway.
You're just dumb. You just look like you can't do math.
Yeah, Brandon calls me that all the time. When I make a joke.
I got a lot of black
you
friends that do
fucking
it.
stupid.
Portia does it to me all the time.
Yeah.
Or I can't stand you. That's another one. I can't stand you. And you're just...
So
if a white person said, they're like, hey, man, that kind of hurts my feelings. If a black person says that means they like you.
When Keyshawn tells me get the fuck out of here, I don't know if he wants me to leave.
He's
or
different.
if he's just telling me that I'm stupid.
Well, Keyshawn, I was talking about this with someone. Keyshawn might be the worst person I've ever met. He's just a horrible person. I mean, I like him.
Why is that?
He's one of my best friends at work, but he's just a horrible person. He just likes seeing people mad. He just... No, I'm a horrible person too, and that's why we get along so well. But, he's just everything about, like, the paying so long, wait so long. Like, every little thing that can piss you off, Keyshawn's going to do it. And then think it's funny that you get mad, but at the same time get mad that you got mad at him.
Yeah.
It don't make any sense. Yeah. He's a horrible person.
We like you, though.
No, he's my favorite, man. I love Keyshawn.
All right, well, here's another thing that's pissing me off, and this isn't making for great podcast talks. I'll get to the butthole dick jokes, but...
Well, see, not everybody else thinks the butthole talk makes for the great podcast. Some people like the other stuff, too,
Yeah. Here's what pisses me off.
And when I say some, I mean most. But go ahead.
Well, but...
Just not you.
So?
Go ahead.
All right. Turkeys. Let's talk turkeys. I heard they're expensive. The other day I'm watching the news, and they say that a horrible case of the fucking bird flu has taken out most of the tom turkeys. Mm-hmm. A good percentage of them. And when you, like around Thanksgiving time, when you go, Kroger has this deal that if you spend like $25, basically saying if you buy everything else you need for your dinner,
we'll give you the turkey.
For like 8 cents a pound.
Yeah.
This year, they're $2.40 and up per pound.
What is a usual Thanksgiving turkey weigh? Like your typical family would have to get a what?
A family your size, you only got 4. If it was just you, you could probably get a 12 to 15 pound turkey would be good. For the bigger families that have a lot of people coming over, you want to get in the 20, 25 pound turkeys. Okay. They said, hey, it might not be a bad idea, because I always buy the fresh turkeys because I don't like to thaw them out. It takes days and fucking pain in my ass. So I buy one that's already thawed out.
I just get them from work.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe this year, maybe not.
Yeah,
if there's a shortage. But that being said, you generally pay around 8 to 10 cents a pound.
Quitting if they don't give me my turkey.
This year, I was on the Meijer app and I was ordering my groceries for the week. And I said, hey, let's see what a turkey's going for. Frozen turkey, 22 pounds, $60. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, the fucking ham people are really going to have a good year, because everybody's going to have fucking ham.
And I've noticed that. When I go to the store, I don't really have I'm going to eat this, this, and this, and this. And as far as the meat's concerned, I go to the meat department and I see what's on sale. Okay, it looks like we're eating pork this week. Okay, it looks like we're eating chicken this week, whatever. And I've noticed that pork hasn't went up as much as everything else.
There's a billion pigs.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I've just noticed that the pork prices, a lot of times the sales and stuff is pork now, where chicken, it's hard, you got to suck a dick to get a chicken these days.
You do.
I don't know what's going on there.
And like I said, I just can't justify ever. I think it's just a matter of principle going in, because when I have Thanksgiving, it's me and my 3 boys, and my son will bring his girlfriend over. Mm-hmm. So, we're talking $50 fucking $60 for a turkey. And I'm sitting there going, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a fucking lot.
I might want to get that Bob Evans package. Maybe that'll go cheaper.
I don't like their turkey, but I think I'll buy like the breast, because nobody eats the dark meat anyway. Not in my family.
Yeah, we're not really dark meat people. Actually, the kids don't care. Like, they will eat it. They don't, if you put it in front of them, they'll just call it chicken or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, the dark meat can go fuck
I eat
itself.
the white stuff, yeah.
I only
but the turkeys are going to be a real You heard it here first. Buy your turkey early if you see one. See a good price on one, buy it early.
Get that deal on that turkey. Otherwise, you might have to fucking cash out your 401k to feed the family on Thanksgiving. This year. Fucking Biden. God damn it, man. Just raising the turkey prices.
And you know what? Another thing. I'm getting this fucking horrible political buzz. Maybe it's because I'm getting all these fucking things in the mail. Vote for this guy, vote for that guy.
I don't look at them. They go straight to the garbage.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, you still have to like go through them when you're looking for your bills. You know what I mean? Right now, the big thing is, Biden releasing all that fucking barrels of oil in the reserve to keep the prices down. And then you got the fucking crazy Republican saying, he's only fucking doing that to get your vote. Let me explain something to you. Most of us don't give a fuck why they're doing it. They're caring how it affects us. If the gas prices are going to go down some, I don't give a fuck that he did it. Doesn't mean he's going to get my vote. He's not.
No.
But I don't give a fuck why he did it. Every single one of these fucking politicians, every move they make is to get a vote. Everything they do is to get a future vote.
That's the game.
And the game is, even if you're fucking president and you're in your second term and you can't get elected again, they're doing it for the party to get the next Republican or Democrat in.
It's to do it for the party.
So I don't give a fuck.
I mean, that's all Biden's doing right now is doing it for the party.
That's it.
He's not running.
No, that's it. And the whole point is most of us in America don't give a fuck why they're doing it.
No.
How is it going to affect me?
I didn't even know he did that, nor do I care.
He released like 150 million barrels out of the reserve. I just
can't imagine caring anymore. Like I'm at this point of total apathy where I just, people are gas price. They're gonna fuck us. After 40 years of just really giving a shit, I shouldn't say 40 because I obviously didn't give a shit when I was a child, but I really cared in my 20s and 30s. I read so much. I'd spent all my time fucking arguing politics with people, and now I'm just so apathetic.
Well, you have to be.
No matter what, it doesn't matter who you fucking vote for. The same shit happens. We're just going on. We're going on a downward spiral. Eventually, it's going to crash out, just like it has in every other fucking empire in the world.
That's right.
And we're on that. We're on that spiral right now. And we're probably not going to make it. As far as me and you, America will probably still be number one for the most part while we're alive. But we don't got many more generations where we're running this shit.
I'd say
some kind of
I'd say the grandkids might start to feel it when they're older. The whole point is, it's like at work, I talk to these people and they start talking politics, and I'd be thinking to myself, well, first of all, I might jump in on the conversation. And now I'm like you. I'm just like, what the fuck is the point of knowing anything about politics? Well, even knowing what this guy stands for, it doesn't fucking matter because it's not going to affect you that much. The big thing right now with these motherfuckers trying to halt this student loan forgiveness. Oh, yeah, you want me to pay your fucking student loan? You know what, asshole? If you're paying my student loans and maybe you're not giving $20 million to Denmark to harvest soybeans.
Exactly. At least you're helping people in America.
Right.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with people arguing about that, but then don't mind voting for the same politicians that are going to take all of our money and give it to the defense systems and stuff that don't mean shit.
We've got such fucking frivolous spending in this country. Our tax money goes to so many weird things that you'll never fucking know about.
Yes.
And maybe a couple of them get wiped out so people in America don't get out of college with a fucking $80,000 debt to their name.
Yeah.
I don't get these people going, I am not going to pay for your fucking student loans. No, you're going to pay for the Danish guy to get his soybeans
harvested. Yeah, they're picking and choosing.
They're fucking idiots.
It's like Christians in the Bible. They're just picking and choosing the parts they like or the parts that they want to support or the parts they want to go against and sticking to their things and ignoring everything else. If you look at the full picture, you just realize we're all getting fucked. There ain't no way to change it at this point without some kind of crazy revolution that's going to end up murdering millions and millions of people, and that's not worth it either.
And it's like these people don't even realize that they're not... All they're doing when, for the most part, at least the way I look at it, when you're forgiving people of student loans, now I'm not talking the wealthy people that got student loans. They're wealthy now, but they got student loans when they were poor.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But the whole point is, it's based on, on an income-based thing. You have to make less than this to qualify for the student loan thing. So obviously, these are the people in America, fuckheads, that could use a little fucking break. And you're not paying for it out of your pocket. You are, technically. But you're also paying for every different fucking country in America, in the world, to get something that you don't even know about.
Yeah, it's a drop and a half to the other shit.
It is.
I mean, the amount of money we're sending over to Ukraine, and like, can you tell me why at this point?
Yeah.
Like, why do I care? Why should I care about the Ukraine?
Yeah, why did we give $20 million so that the people in Angola could get fucking new shoes every 2 weeks?
I really think we're heading to a World War III right now with the way we're fucking with Russia. It's just not smart. There's no reasons for us to get involved in this shit.
Well, we don't have a choice. With
How do you not have a choice?
Well,
you got a choice. We
got no boots on the ground.
we just sent people over, and now they say they're doing something, but come on. We know what's going on here. It's a proxy war.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't have any planes bombing anywhere.
Not yet.
We're not doing that.
Not yet, but
we never will.
Yes, we will.
I don't think so.
I think we're going to have to eventually, because eventually Russia's going to call our bluff, and say, "Oh,
well, calling our bluff means firing a nuke."
And
they're not going to fire a nuke.
I don't know, man. It's Putin. He's crazy.
Yeah, but when Putin fires a nuke, so does every country with nukes fires them back, and it's basically the end of mankind.
And not only that, but just keeping this up, we're basically going to take Europe and bankrupt them. This is going to fuck them so much harder than it's ever going to fuck us.
And no, it's going to fuck us because our money's going to start going over there.
No, it's going to fuck us too, but it literally could really, really fuck Europe. Yeah. So the whole thing's bullshit. But it doesn't matter.
But it's not we didn't do it.
Yeah.
We didn't fucking do it. Putin did it.
Yeah, but we responded.
Well,
we don't have to. You don't have to go balls to the wall with everything. And if it wasn't Putin, they wouldn't have. There's countries that invade other countries every single fucking year.
Yeah, but not people that affect our economy and the economies of our allies.
Ukraine don't really affect our economy. I'm sorry, they don't.
No, they don't. But the whole point is with fucking NATO and...
Well, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. We're the world police. Why do we got to be the world police?
Well, there's a lot of countries in NATO.
Yeah, but the other ones aren't doing what we're doing.
They're giving. Every country in NATO is giving weaponry. We've got more.
Percentage.
No, we've got more.
Well, not the percentage either, dude. I mean, if you just look at the straight percentages. The reason we're doing it is because this money is going right back to us, but not to me and you.
Yeah.
But it's going back to the defense system people.
It is.
They're making record profits right now. Who do you think's paying the fucking Bidens and stuff of the world? It's them. So they're all just doing it so they can get a kickback to their own. They don't give a fuck about the future.
We had the same exact problem with fucking Russia when I was a kid. We were mortal enemies. We fucking hated each other. It died off and went away. Eventually, this will too when Putin dies, because he's a crazy person. As long as
it don't
he's
get pressed further, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see a World War III because, to me, these days, when you're dealing with someone like Putin, World War III involves nukes, and that pretty much game over.
That's kind of what I think it might end up happening. I think if you call this guy's bluff enough, he's just going to go, fuck it, boom, 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 dead.
Then we fire him right back. And then every country we're fucking involved with fires them back, and then
let's get off
millions of people are dead.
Speaking of dead, we have an update on our death pool this year. We were asked about it last week with Harry Guy. He was asking for an update, and I didn't have the numbers right in front of me. But this week, we did have 2 deaths. We had Jerry Lee Lewis, old fucking great balls of fire cousin fucking Jerry Lewis, out there dying at the age of 86. And lucky for Daddy White and CK, they both had him.
CK?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, that girl.
It's a girl.
I think it's a girl from...
I think it's a girl that we knew from work. But I'm not positive on that. Either way, they are now in second place. We haven't had many deaths this year. We're up to 3 deaths. We had a Meatloaf at the beginning of the year. Me and Alex both had him, got 26 points. We're in the lead. Jerry Lee Lewis died this week. He's going to give Daddy White and CK 14 points.
Do I have any points?
No. And Bill Russell has 12 points. Old GP has Bill Russell. So that's where we're at. Now,
you know what pisses me off? Every time somebody dies, somebody famous dies, I think to myself, why didn't I look in that direction? I always look at the people that are right in my face. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, fuck, I didn't even think about that guy.
Because that's such a dart. Oh, as far as Jerry Lee Lewis, yeah, that makes sense because he was.
But I mean, there's 100 musicians that I listened to growing up that are his age that are ready to die. I could have said fucking what's his fuck from the Rolling Stones or Keith Richards. I could have said went there.
Yeah, a lot of people went there, but I don't think that guy's.
But I'm saying there's 100 bands out there with old people. All the ones touring are fucking all these 80s bands that are touring. Fuck, that guy's 70. He's gonna go soon.
Well, a lot of people do take stabs at rappers, and we had a rapper die this week. Takeoff from the Migos.
From Migos, yeah.
I'm not familiar with them. I know they are popular. I know Keyshawn gives me shit all the time for not knowing who they are, but apparently he got killed. And I went
murdered?
through. Yeah, he got murdered. And apparently him and his buddy, the other guy from Migos, there's 3 of them, but one of them was there. They were at a bowling alley. His buddy got in an argument with someone. Dude had his back. They're all yelling at each other, and then guns started popping off, and he got killed.
He was young, right?
Yeah, he was 28, maybe 29. Yeah, very young. And people take a lot of stabs at hip hop artists in these things because rappers get killed.
They do.
But I feel like the people that get picked aren't the kind of people that get murdered because they're the bigger. This year we had Ludacris, someone got Ludacris, someone got Lil Wayne. A couple people had Travis Scott, and then someone had Kanye. Those aren't the kind of rappers that are getting murdered because they're not out on the street still. Now, I wouldn't think
Ludacris, that's a terrible pick.
Yeah. He's in good shape.
And he's doing movies.
Yeah.
He's not in that fucking lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
No, he's not in the hood. He's in Bel Air, man.
Lil Wayne maybe because I think Lil Wayne's into the drugs.
And he talks a lot of shit, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, so maybe Lil Wayne. Travis Scott, why? Just because he had that thing happen?
Figure maybe a family member.
Maybe suicide, he'd feel bad, or a family member?
I don't think he feels bad. I think he feels bad that it happened. I don't think at any second he blames himself, but who knows? One of the crazy family members of one of these people that died,
and then
they might fucking take a shot at him.
Kanye, maybe suicide. Maybe. I mean, he's a nut.
Well, and I could see any fucking crazy political activist taking a shot at Kanye.
Did you see that video of him arguing with the lady at the soccer game? He was at his kid's, I don't know what they were arguing about, who knows, but he's at his kid's soccer game, dressed like Kanye. He has those boots that he wears now that are hilarious looking, and he gets all angry at this lady and then stomps away in his big boots with his arms crossed.
Was she like a mom or something?
I don't know. You can't tell. The video's from pretty far away. You can just tell they're arguing, and then he stomps off in his big dumb boots, and then he comes,
probably the coach. How come my kid's not in?
And then he comes back. No, it definitely wasn't a coach. Because the game was going on. You could see the Kardashian, his wife, and the mom sitting in a chair in front just looking so fucking annoyed.
Man, I think they hate each other now.
Wouldn't you hate them?
Well, I would have hated him when they were married.
Of course, but I mean, after they're married, she's dating guys, and all this guy does is make fun of him.
I think she's only fucking Pete Davidson to piss him off. I don't think Pete Davidson's a forever.
They're already broke up, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I think
because
they're done already.
she doesn't want the guy that's making $200,000. Although Pete Davidson's worth a lot of money, he's not worth Kim Kardashian money.
He's not worth Kanye money either.
No, and her sister's almost a fucking billionaire, Kylie Jenner or whatever. She needs Kanye money.
I don't know anything about that family. It just, you could tell that she does not. She's just so fucking fed up with the guy, and he doesn't care, and he's just such a spectacle.
He cared at first, but he doesn't seem to give a fuck anymore.
Those boots that he wears just crack me up. And every time I see someone wearing those Kanye Crocs now, I call them Nazi Crocs, and no one cares.
We saw him last night.
Yeah, I see him every night. People still rocking those things.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about that.
He lost a lot of money.
Yeah, he did. Good for him.
Fuck him. Like I said, her and Pete Davidson, if they're broke up, no surprise here.
Hey, did you hear about that crazy fuck that broke into the Pelosi's house?
Yes.
Nailed Papa Pelosi over
He's still in the hospital.
Well, yeah,
this guy busted through the fucking door, and the first thing he said is, "Where the fuck is Nancy?"
Yeah, he was going to kill Nancy.
Yeah.
He had zip ties on him and shit.
Yeah.
He came in, and he was a big QAnoner, apparently.
Of course he is.
They looked up his shit, and he's full
Of course
crazy.
He is. But
it was shocked me, though. You can get into the Pelosi's house that easy.
Yeah.
And I thought they'd live in some giant estate, out with lots of protection. I looked up their house. It's like on a street in San Francisco.
But I would think Speaker of the House being third in line for the presidency would have.
Well, apparently
Secret Service.
she does, but she wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
So all of the guards.
Oh, they don't do the house. They're around her.
They're around her. So, yeah, I guess that they'll probably get the house now. My wife's like, why didn't they have cameras? And it's like, well, they do. You can see, on the picture.
But I mean, they don't have
cameras,
like a gate and stuff like
no,
that?
No, it's right on the street.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of surprised me where they lived. I figured that. I figured, maybe they live in a city, but it was still like a gated community inside the city.
But I heard it's okay because they have Ring.
Oh, they got a Ring camera? They'll be fine then.
We'll
fine. Figure this out. I want to see that Ring camera.
I can see Nancy. I can see Nancy on her phone right now.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. I see you. I'm calling the police.
Stop hitting with a hammer, sir.
I'm calling the police.
Not
Get out
nice.
of my house. Yeah, but if she was there, she literally could have been dead. But like you said,
if she was there, that guy would have got shot before he got inside.
Yeah.
You'd had a Secret Service guy with a bullet through his head.
And you know what I've been getting off on these days? I've been watching the Darrell Brooks trial.
Who's that?
Darrell Brooks is the guy, the fucking idiot, who last year at a Christmas parade drove his car through the parade and killed 6 people and injured a whole shit ton of others.
What do you do that for?
In all the videos, because I watched the whole fucking trial, he had been arguing with his baby mama. He got in the car, and he basically just plowed through this fucking parade, killed 6 people, and a whole bunch of others were injured. But the funniest thing about this trial, and the reason why it's all over the place, is because he represented himself. He was one of these idiots.
I like those
And
guys.
anytime the judge said something, I object. He was that guy.
Yeah.
And he made just a total spectacle and mockery of the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you watched it just to see what the idiot would do. He was kicked out a couple times. He was trying to mean mug all the jurors and the judge. And
That's cool.
yeah, and the thing about it is he was found guilty on everything just this week.
Yeah, fuck
and
him.
he's going down forever. But he was one of those guys, I'm going to represent myself because I'm a sovereign citizen. Your laws don't apply to me.
Oh,
He was
good
that
for
guy.
him.
But it was such an entertaining
The old
fucking
Wesley
trial.
Snipes defense.
Yeah, it was such an entertaining trial because half the time the judges, will you just shut the fuck up? I can't say anything. I object. For the record, I object. All right, you object. Shut the fuck up. And he just, watching him cross-examine witnesses and stuff, you're like, the one guy was like, I saw you drive your car through the parade. Well, let me object to that. You saw the defendant. You are the defendant. But how you know it was me? I mean, it was that kind of shit. It was so fucking comical. And the judge is just sitting there going, you fucking kidding me? How did I draw this motherfucker? You know what I mean? I'll go back to divorce court.
That, but did the guy get pulled over like right after he did it? Like it was an obvious thing?
No, it was all on video.
Yeah.
They showed him on video minutes before he did it, out of the car talking to his ex.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you see the fucking car go flying through. They got the plates off it. They got everything. They got him in it. They got the damage. He was dead to rights. And I allegedly drove through this parade.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me. They have a close-up of the video of him. You know, like, fucking, the gun's in his hand, you know. And the guy kept saying you, and then the judge said, please refer, sir, as, the defendant. Well, I saw the defendant, I mean you, drive your car through the fucking thing. I object. Everything was, I object. And if you watch it on YouTube, you can see different scenes. Okay, gets thrown out of the court this time. Objects 500 times in 5 minutes. It was the funniest fucking trial I ever watched.
Yeah, I can't watch trials, but that one would be funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys that can just sit there and watch the...
Allegedly.
like the Johnny Depp thing when that was going on.
No, that bored me to tears. But this one was funny just to see what this guy would do.
I remember watching the OJ trial. I was younger, though. We would watch that in school. I always thought that was weird. It'd be like
huge.
Science class. Like, turn on TV. OJ's on. We'd watch that.
OJ gets convicted if that cop wasn't a fucking racist and a obvious racist.
Oh, old Furman?
Furman, yeah.
Yeah. Furman was definitely a racist. OJ had a great team.
The best, including Kardashian.
I don't know. That trial cracked me up. He got away with it. He's putting on the gloves, and I've never seen someone put on gloves like that. That's
just
the best
one
part.
Put on one.
I know, but who puts on gloves with their fingers spread out as far as possible while they're doing it? Like, don't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. But I mean, the guy had the fucking cream of the crop of attorneys in this country. Man, he had all of them.
Yeah, and old Cochran was basically like a
Alan
preacher.
Dershowitz, dude. He had all of them.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Good for OJ. Got away with one.
He got away with a big one.
Maybe. Allegedly.
Come on, dude. There's never been a more guilty person than you. It's like saying Manson never killed anybody. He just told him to.
Hey, just fed them acid and fucked their brains out until they killed people.
But yeah, that's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Watch a couple of these snippets off the Darryl Brooks trial. You'll be addicted to it.
Right. It's over, isn't it?
It's over, but they're all on YouTube.
What do you get?
They haven't sentenced him yet, to my knowledge. They just found him guilty.
I got a feeling he's going to object to it. Whatever it is. Joking.
And I have a feeling he'll file an appeal. But the funniest thing is that they told him 100 times, dude, you need a lawyer. You need somebody to talk. I represent myself, sovereign. And somebody could cough. I object. That man coughed, and I didn't get to hear what this witness was saying.
As a sovereign citizen, I can't deal with
your
this
laws
guy
do not
coughing.
apply to me. Sir, what did you see on this day? Well, I saw you in your car drive through and kill a bunch of people. Allegedly the defendant, you mean, sir? You! It was you!
Hey, man. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I don't even think it really ever came out why he did it. I think
what happened in Korea? Didn't like 150 people die? Or they just smashed each other?
They basically,
crazy
apparently
Halloween
there was
parties.
not like an alley. There was just, I guess, like walkway or whatever. And they all rushed through it like they were going to the fucking Who concert and just trampled and fucking...
Jesus, man. 150 people.
Including a woman from Fort Mitchell, Kentucky.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, 2 Americans. One of them just happened to be a local.
They were there partying. And it was so funny because when you...
Well, she was a student over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just happened to go out to that because it's a big thing.
But apparently Seoul, South Korea is like becoming a real ultra modern fucking love all, serve all fucking...
really? They got a hard rock there?
What? I don't know, but I just mean they're becoming a very modern country.
I gotcha.
And it's like a lot of people want to go there to see it. Very cultural, and it's really cool. Not a lot of violence over there. So it's like to see people like literally stomping each other to death is kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, and you need a lot of Koreans to stand on you before it would kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you know it was crowded.
Well, I don't know. I think it was a Halloween party.
Yeah, it was.
In the streets.
I didn't even know they did Halloween.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I just figured Halloween was an American thing.
They like American stuff. Like when I was in high school, you could sell your old Levi's to Japan for like $50 a pair.
Yeah, I remember. That's the old story. That's all over there. It wasn't just Japan.
True.
It was China and shit too.
Yeah, but Japan mostly.
Japan.
And then Japan turned out to be so fucked up. They're like, hey, we want to be like Americans. We love your music. We love everything.
Let me smell your panties.
Here's a porn video of us eating each other's vomit. You know what I mean? Jack off to this.
We're just like you. Bukkake.
And then the thing that pisses me off, the Japanese porn is so fucked up because they do such weird shit that we, even in this country, find really fucked up. And then they pixelate all the fun parts.
I think they
fuzz out the dick and balls and pussy parts.
I think they drug up their women over there before porn, because any Japanese porn I've ever watched, the women look so out of it. They're just like, they have no idea what's going on. They look
game shows, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to suck 10 dicks. Pick out your husband. Husband don't care. He's getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, but his wife's sucking 9 others.
Yeah, but then you see this girl doing this number and it's all fuzzy right here and you're like, wait, take that away.
Yeah, you're right. If you're going to go for it, go for it.
Right. Especially when, we know, I want you to know that this girl's eating this guy's turd, but I'm not going to let you see it. Actually, they'll let you see the turd, just not the pussy.
Pick out your husband's turd.
I don't know. But just a lot of weird shit going on right now that's just fucking with me a little bit. And it's not fucking with me much. It's just enough to irritate me a little bit to rant.
All right, well, go for it.
Well, no, I mean, all the stuff we've been talking about.
Wow.
The Russian thing, I think it's pathetic and sad that you barely see it on the news anymore.
Because I don't care.
I know you don't care, but it could eventually really alter your fucking life.
Yeah, unfortunately. How about you stay away from it? Hey there, AOC. Stop giving money to the Ukrainians, you fucking whore. I thought you were supposed to be peaceful.
You love her. That's your girl.
I don't like them. I don't like any of them anymore. I'm even losing Ilhan. They're out there and they're signing. Well, here's the problem with just American politics in general, to me. All right. Republicans right now are on the same side as I am. Like, hey, man, should we really be giving all this money to the Ukraine? This could turn out really bad. But they're only on it because Biden's not on it. You know what I mean? So they don't really believe it. If the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be all for this. They don't give a fuck. They're all for war.
Yeah.
Fine. We've all known that.
War's a moneymaker.
We've all known that forever. But like your squad, like these super progressives, they came in there and to people like me who think that way on a lot of things, take away the tranny shit and all that stuff. I'm talking about just the way the world's ran, peace. We want everything to be peaceful and run good and everybody to have the same opportunities. Just the general thought of that. And I thought these kind of people were for the same stuff as I was. And then they get in there and you got them voting for these war legislation that's giving all this money to the defense system, and it's, killing people.
Yeah.
Literally. And they're not supposed to be for that. And they claim they are. And now that people like me are coming out, not me, because I'm not going to any fucking speech and holding up signs and yelling. I'm not crazy. But people that think like me that are actually out there doing that shit, though, they're coming to her rallies and stuff, and they're yelling. And that's Ilhan and AOC. And they're trying to say that these are Republican propagandists and all this other shit. It's like, no, they're not. These are the liberals that voted for you that are now pissed that you're not doing what you said you would do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that pisses me off because that shows they're no fucking different than the rest. Every time that a politician comes along that I think, hey, man, this might be a good one. After a few years, they fucking suck just like the rest.
Because they realize when they get in there, they got to play the game. They got to please.
But they usually got in there by not playing the game.
I realize that. So but once they get in, it's like I've said this before. I think when Obama was elected president, I voted for him because he had all these fucking great ideas for the country. And then when he got there, some senator or congressman put their arm around his shoulder and said, here's how it really works.
I feel like that's the one good thing Trump proved, though, that you can go against the game and win still. And that's what he did. Trump did not go with the game. He changed the game. True. And what did he do? He won. So I wish some other people would realize that. He won once, but then he stuck his fucking foot in his mouth.
It's pretty rare these days not to have a two-term president. I mean, in your lifetime,
it's happened twice.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, in my lifetime.
Everyone's a two-term president these days.
I think it's about to happen 3 times. And Trump might pick up that second term, though.
But I think it's going to. Yeah, I think he will. I personally think he will. But I don't think Biden's going to run. I think he's tired and old, and I think it's going to be Kamala Harris that tries to run.
The problem is she's not beating Trump.
No, she's not beating Trump. She's not beating most people. She hasn't done anything since she's been there.
No.
You forget her fucking name. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect the vice presidents to do anything.
But some have.
But either way.
Through some presidents, you hear shit that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to say it, you heard a lot of shit that Dick Cheney was doing when he was
Dick Cheney was the president. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Dick Cheney was the president while Bush was in there. Bush was just the guy.
Biden didn't do much when Obama was president.
No.
You barely heard his name.
No.
And that's the thing. Kamala Harris, I think people are like, they've forgotten who she is. They've forgotten, when she made her groundbreaking speech, I'm the first woman of color, I'm the first half Jewish woman married to a Jewish guy, half this. She's half 100
I don't give a fuck
things.
what she is. What she was a cop to me, and I never liked her.
A cop, yeah.
Fuck her. And you're right, she'll probably run. I'm just hoping Trump doesn't win the primary. I don't know how he wouldn't, but I really don't want Trump again. But then again, if I don't get Trump, we're probably going to get DeSantis. So I'm fucked either way.
Let's face it. If Trump decides to run, he's winning.
Probably.
He's going to fucking win.
Probably.
We have enough crazies in this country, and we even have enough people who are going, fuck, I voted for Biden. Things were a little better for me when Trump was in, even though he was a loudmouth and an idiot. If he runs, he's going to win.
Yeah, people don't realize that it doesn't matter who's president.
And he'll do it without the fucking backing of the GOP party. Because like you said, he doesn't play the game.
They'll do the same thing they did last time.
Exactly.
They'll go against him until he wins the nomination, and then they'll go on his side. That's the way it works.
And you'll have all these fucking Republican senators and congressmen that have been bashing him since he's been out suddenly on his bandwagon and saying, oh, yeah, because he can do things for them once he gets back in.
He was funny.
He was.
He did provide me with a lot more humor than Biden's provided me for. Outside of Biden just being an old man, there's nothing really funny about the guy.
Yeah.
No more funny than any other grandpa that don't remember where he left his fucking keys.
I don't know of a Democratic person. I think the party will back Kamala Harris and she will get smoked.
They will back Kamala Harris, and I hate that, but that's just the way it works.
And Trump
They're going to take the vice president. Trump would smoke her. And I think Trump would smoke Biden if they went up against each other again. I don't know. There are some Democratic candidates you might be able to pull out your ass that Trump might not be able to smoke.
There was some last time.
But they're not going to support him. The Democratic Party will put their foot in their ass.
There was a lot. There was 2 or 3 that ran against Biden at the beginning, and I said, yeah, he might not be bad.
Yeah.
I
agree. I don't remember anything, but I remember there was ones that I didn't hate as much as...
that Asian dude. I liked him.
Oh, Yang?
Yeah, I liked him. He had good ideas, but I thought he was too young to be president. I don't think he had enough experience. Mm-hmm. But I think morally and intelligently, he had some really good thoughts and ideas on what we could do to make things better. But he wasn't ready. But anyone who is ready, like on the Republican side, like you said, it's going to be Trump or DeSantis. That's who's going to get the fucking
stop fucking around and put The Rock out there, goddammit. I'll vote for The Rock over Trump.
Would you?
Yes.
Really? You'd vote for Dwayne Johnson president?
Over Donald Trump? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dwayne Johnson would say, we're going to war, and you can smell what The Rock is cooking.
Dude, it's Trump.
He'd call himself President Rock.
We're talking about 2 celebrities. Like, you're not talking about one that's better than the other. They're both
very true.
They both shouldn't be president.
And it's so funny because...
But at least I know The Rock's cool.
Back in... I think 4 or 5 years before Trump ran for president, they did a Comedy Central roast on him. And 90% of the jokes were about him making a statement that I might run for president one day. And then he won. And I said, I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. And I said, he won, and all these people are going, fuck, he really won? And I'm sitting there thinking, if you look at all the crazy shit that happened with these Trumpers, there is no way on God's earth he doesn't win if he runs again.
Well, no, but we've proven the Trumpers don't have the majority.
Right.
But the problem is you got a lot of these middle of the road people that might not like Trump, but they just see that Biden has not worked, or they hate Biden, and they bought into the propaganda, of course, that everything wrong is Biden's fault. Just like, to be fair,
his approval ratings are in the toilet.
Just like the other way, where everything wrong was Trump's fault. That wasn't true then either. You know, like it's Trump sucked, Biden sucks, but not everything is the president's fucking fault.
But Biden's approval ratings are in the fucking toilet.
Because the country's in a shitter right now, man. I mean, you're talking about we're going to be paying $60 for turkeys. You go to Kroger and you have to wait 4 hours because no one's working, and then half the shit's not on the shelves anymore. It's crazy. Like it's insane. The country we're turning into slowly like a third world country. Now, granted, very, 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 very slowly, but still, we're starting to see that shit that we've never seen, or I've never seen in my lifetime. the cupboards being bare. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's never happened before in my lifetime, and you're seeing it now. And a lot of it still has to do with COVID more than anything. You can't shut down the world for 2 years and expect things to keep on running smoothly. But
No.
Either way, Biden's definitely not helping anything.
No, he's definitely not.
He's going to get voted out. And fuck him. Who cares?
Fuck
hey,
him.
let's get to a name your price.
I got
believe.
a good one for you.
Oh, good. I like it.
Because, well, it's not as extreme, but
Extreme!
now when I do these name your price things, they're not all going to be these philosophical quandaries where you have to sit there and, this could really affect my life this way. Some of them are just stupid, blah, blah, blah. Give me a price. And if your price is too high on this one, I'm going to call you on it because
Hey, before this, I got an emergency pee. I'm going to pee myself.
Emergency pee.
You carry the share for 2 seconds, then we'll get to the name your price.
Jason's peeing right now. Hey, I'm going to say this while you're here. And I don't know why I have to keep asking. You motherfuckers need to write in, give us some ideas on shit you need to talk to, because every time I'm at work or I get a Facebook message of people telling me you need to talk about this. Well, fucking write in and say it. Send a text message to one of us. We'll read it. We'll address it. But don't say it when I'm fucking wolfing down a burger. Talk to me, people. It is shutupcincinnati@gmail.com. And that's I think that's the email address we've always had. But I will be giving full updates on Brazilian number 2, which is Friday. If there's any wax people out there that do it cheaper, let me know. $70 I'd rather not part with. Hey, you want a 50 thrown at you? $40 to wax the old twig and berries, I'm down. So getting the Brazilian done. If you guys haven't ever had one, you're more than welcome to accompany me to the Brazilian parlor. Watch me get my stuff shaved off. You are welcome. Because Matt was there last time. It didn't have the effect on him. He didn't ever get one. But please join me. Write in Cincinnati or shutupcincinnati@gmail.com.
Hey, you know what's shocking is I go in and pee, and this is the first time I've ever had to pee in 148 episodes, so congratulations. But no one is surprised you went straight to your butthole as soon as I left. You just started
Let's talk about the Brazilian. First, I talked about emails. First, I talked about emails.
All right. Anyways, let's name your price.
Okay, now this is not everything's going to be $100,000 or a $50,000 thing. Okay, you're going to a concert downtown.
Okay,
you're going to a concert.
I'll be going to see Yes on Sunday.
You're going to see Yes. There's a whole bunch of guys my age walking next to you.
There will be.
There will be. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
So you're walking down and you see some guy, you know how you see bums playing the bongos and stuff with a little cup out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A guy walks up to you and says, hey, a bum walks up to you and says, hey, look, I just came into a little bit of money. I'm not going to be a bum anymore. Eat this booger. He digs in his nose about up to his eye socket, pulls out a big juicy booger. Eat this. Name your price.
Name my price.
Yeah, it's got a hair sticking out of it. I mean, it's a good booger. But this shouldn't be one of those, 50 grand, I'll eat that booger. This shouldn't be one of those.
No, but it is funny that, all right, so this guy ran into a bunch of money recently. He's a bum. But he's spending one more night out there on the streets.
He just found out.
He's just bumming it out. You know, just for the love of the game, I'm bumming it out one more night.
He just got a text message while he was sitting there playing his bongos. Mm-hmm. Hey, you just inherited this much money. He immediately stands up. He's getting ready to go start his new life. He runs into you.
Okay.
And now he wants to pee on the little guy because now he's got some cash.
Now he's rich and he wants to see who's going to eat his boogers for a certain amount of money. Because he's probably in the past, someone came up to him like, I'm not giving you shit, but if you eat one of my boogers, I'll give you $10. And he's like, I'll give you a booger. Yeah.
My price is, give me $1,000. I'm eating that booger.
You're going to eat a bum burger for a booger for $1,000?
$1,000. First of all, don't judge the bums. Doesn't mean he's unclean.
No, it is funny that we kind of stopped.
$1,000, I'm eating it.
We kind of stopped doing the would you rather because we were always going to fat chicks and bums. And now we're on Name Your Price and we've hit bums in the third week.
Well, I want you to think that his booger's probably a little dirtier than the average.
No, we know.
It's not a doctor walking up, eat this booger. It's a booger.
Yeah, I like a booger with a medical degree, so you are right there.
Because the price would go down. Isn't that sick?
What?
The sick thing is, if a doctor or a bum walked up to you and both said, eat your booger, your price would be lower for the doctor booger. Everyone's would.
No and yes. Here's what it depends on. Now, when you were doing it, you were doing eat this booger, and it was on his finger.
Yeah.
Now, if I got to eat it off the finger...
No, you get to pick it off.
If I get to pick the booger myself, I'll charge the same for the doctor booger as I would the bum booger. But if I got to eat it off your finger, and all of a sudden I'm licking a bum finger over a doctor finger, of course, I'm going to lick the doctor finger all day long for a little bit cheaper price.
Well, the thing
But if I'm just eating the booger, it don't really matter to me who's booger.
It should, and I'll tell you why it should. The bum, let's say he has to take a shit. He's going to go around a building, and he's going to shit in the alley. Mm-hmm. He's going to be breathing in that shit smell. That's going to be in the booger. He could be huffing paint. That'll be in the booger.
You realize even if you shit in the shitter, you got to breathe in a shit smell.
Yeah, but not like his shit smell. He's shitting in a bucket or a McDonald's cup. You know what I'm saying?
You think they're good enough people to shit in McDonald's cups?
I think the doctor's got an air purifier in his fucking house. He's cleaning most of the allergens out of the fucking booger. The whole point is he digs deep. It's one of those with a tail. It snaps off. He said, eat this booger. I'm eating it for $1,000. Now I'm going to puke after.
Yeah, the bum booger might have some cocaine or something on it, though, so you might get a buzz.
Where's a bum going to buy cocaine?
They're not, but they could run into someone else and have a party and just happen to get a snort
Bobo might have a bump for him.
You know what I mean? You never know what's going on there. And, another bum might have ran into some money. They don't have to be a lot. $40 and they can get some cocaine for the night.
That's true.
Have a good time. Shit, man. I think I've told you this before that, you're weird about your shit and you always say that stuff. Boogers really gross me out.
That's why I did it. Yeah. I remembered that.
Yeah,
and that's
boogers
why I did
really get me. I remember as a kid going to brush my teeth and imagine a booger being on my toothbrush and puking and stuff like that. I don't know why, but that would pop in my head and I'd just start dry heaving all of a sudden. Just the idea of it, the booger getting in your teeth and you chew and it going up and down and like that. Ugh, god damn, that's gross.
I know you hate boogers, and that's exactly why I did it. Last week you did lick a snake, so I was looking for your.
Well, that was Oh shit, $5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000. I'll eat your booger.
Expensive booger.
Well, yes, it's going to take a lot of money to get me to eat your booger.
Really?
Yeah,
because it does have a tail. Yeah. It's the kind when you pull it out, it snaps and sticks to your wrist.
And if it's a doctor's booger, $4,975. All right, you get a $25 discount.
You know why I think I'd eat the doctor's booger? I'd eat the doctor's booger for $500, and I'll tell you why. Doctors working in a sterile environment all day. Very sterile. Everything is clean. There's antiseptic in that booger. There's stuff in that booger that's killing the germs in the booger. This guy's working around fucking alcohol and shit all day. He's got a clean booger.
I know a couple doctors, and next time they're up a couple or $100,000 or something like that, I'll ask if they'll throw us a purple chip for you to eat a booger.
I'll eat the doctor's booger for $500. Bum's booger is $1,000.
Yeah. Double money, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Double money for a bum
I'm telling
booger.
you, it's like you're in there with a doctor all day long. He's breathing these medicines and stuff that are cleaning the booger. All you're eating is a little bit of fucking human skin and dust. That's all you're eating, a little mucus.
I heard a Would You Rather this week. I thought it was funny. It was, all right, well, I got to word this right because it's kind of, would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick or sit on a dick while you eat a cake?
I'm sitting on the cake because I would much rather suck a dick than take one in the ass every day.
That's basically the bottom line. The cake's irrelevant.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, it would.
I guess the good news is if you are getting fucked in the ass, you get to eat cake.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because I have a feeling, if I was forced at gunpoint to suck a dick and take it in the ass, I'd probably be willing to suck multiple dicks if I don't have to get fucked by
And plus, how much could you really enjoy a cake while you're getting a dick in the ass?
You couldn't.
Yeah, you're not. It's not happy birthday time, right?
The excruciating pain first is gonna light you up, and the cake's gonna have no value.
If anything else, you might choke on it, especially if it's a dry cake.
Yeah, I'd suck 10 dicks if I didn't have to get fucked. Like if I was in prison and 10 guys busted into my cell and said you're gonna suck all of our dicks or one of us is gonna fuck you, I'm sucking all of the dicks.
Oof, that's tough. I don't know,
dude. You're taking it in the butt.
10-1 though.
Yeah, but that's not and yeah, you'd have to deal with the jack batter and the mess. But taking it in the butt is just so fucking personal to me.
They're both kind of personal, but I don't know. Anyways, do we got one of these?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, I gotta fuck you. And, piss you off, piss Matt Hudson off. I don't give a fuck.
All right. He's gonna
fuck any people that take their dog to a bar. Okay, we're at Mad Tree the other day. And, yeah, dogs are welcome there. But you're a fucking idiot if you bring yours. All these fucking dogs are walking around on these leashes, and all these guys are doing is waiting for girls to come up and go, hey, can I pet your dog? Now, granted, it's a nice ploy and all that. But to me, it's desperation. Okay, fuck you and your dog. First of all, if I'm sitting there eating my fucking pizza and a dog drops a fucking turd right next to me, I'm not going to be real happy. Okay, I'm just not. I'm going to have to smell it. I'm going to have to deal with it. And don't think these dogs are fucking potty trained where he's going to bark at you and you're going to take him into the fucking bathroom. When those dogs have to pee and shit, they're going to do it right where they fucking stand. And it could be 2 feet away from where I'm trying to eat my fucking meal. And you're going to smell that shit. Dog shit is very pungent. Fuck you guys. I like my pets too. I'm not going to take it to a fucking bar like a fucking prop. All he is a prop. And don't say, no, these people really love their animals. Fuck off. I don't want to eat my pizza while your dog's taking a dump.
All right, well, I'll get back on that a little bit, not much. I do agree. I've never taken my dog to a bar.
Of course you haven't, because you're not an idiot.
It's not going to happen. There was a bar that was downtown for a little while, and I don't think they do it anymore, but it was an outside bar that was meant, like, people, that was kind of what it was for. And I could see myself doing that. You know what I mean?
Different story there. It's
just for fun.
Like the Cat Cafe. Yeah,
something like that. But just regularly, I'm not taking my dog to the bar. Now, I will give a little pushback as the prop thing. I do agree with you. It's a prop thing. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Not with my dogs, but like my old dog, Damien, I probably could have done that with because he was just a great acting dog. He would have never caused a problem. And girls would come up and pet him and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Now, the people that we saw, though, they were couples. So that was probably more of a pussy whip guy.
But to see the one white dog had a fucking bandana around his neck, fuck you and your dog.
It was Halloween. We'll go a little bit there. It was Halloween.
What was he dressed as with a fucking red bandana around his
queer,
neck?
But either way.
Come on, dude. I mean, there's.
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
There's funny and there's.
I will argue the poop thing.
Idiotic.
I will argue the poop thing because.
Please do.
Well, because most dogs aren't going to poop on concrete. All right, they're going to look for grass, and back there it wasn't grass. So
there wasn't any grass, and when a dog's got to shit, if there's no grass, they're going to shit right where you stand.
My dog would not do that. He would bother me. He would alert. But both of these dogs and my old dog would alert me before they would shit on concrete right next to me.
How many people do you know that have dogs that walk into their kitchen tile and there's a pile of shit? It happens. When a dog's got a shit, he's got a shit.
No, that
you don't think it's a possibility?
But no one's around.
You don't think it's a possibility though that
it's a possibility
that the dog could shit right next to where I'm eating?
It definitely is a possibility, but I would also argue, as someone that likes to laugh, that would be a night enhancer for me. I would laugh my ass off this fucking idiot's dog. I'd make fun of him, and then I'd take my food
I'd do that
and I'd
too.
move over. So,
but dog shit stinks.
Well, I'm not hanging out by it. You know what I mean? There is open seats. I'd move, but. I'm not going to argue for these dog bringers that much because it is ridiculous.
But because I was under the impression that the law stated in order to bring a dog to a food and beverage place, it had to be a service or...
Service animal don't mean shit anymore. Anybody can be a service animal.
Or comfort animal.
Exactly, because of the comfort shit. The service
animal... my wife here is not comforting enough. I have to bring Rover to the fucking bar, having a beer. Hey, everybody, what kind you got? I got a fucking Irish fucking wolfhound. What do you got? Let's pet each other.
You think it was the guy? You think it was the guy and not the girl? Because I just go straight to that's the girl.
The other ones were guys. I was outside vaping. I saw 4 or 5 dogs out there, all with a guy dragging them around.
4 or 5?
Oh, yeah. There was much more than one.
Well, I saw 3.
Yeah, I saw 4 or 5. Some of them were
2 of them were together.
Some of the dogs were just sitting next to the table, minding their own fucking business. But the others were parading them around to everybody so that people would stop and, hey, let me pet your dog.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Get a life, you turd.
Yeah, just on a random Monday night. Well, I guess it wasn't random because it was Halloween. But either way, it was... That's not... I've never been there, but I don't think that's a dog place. Like I said, there was that one place that was a dog place, and I understand that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I totally understand. If it's a place where you're supposed to bring your dog and everybody's got their dogs out there, great, bring your dog. This is a Mad Tree Brewing fucking place.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck Mad Tree.
I'm taking my wife out on our anniversary to eat at fucking Jeff Ruby's. I'm taking the dog.
I heard the dog were really into 40-inch TVs. That's why they brought him there.
What a shithole.
Fuck Mad Tree, man.
And the thing about
Pizza was all right.
The pizza might have been all right. The food looked good.
Yeah, it was all right.
But, the tables weren't comfortable. I was like this watching the game.
It was awful.
It wasn't like a wall of TVs.
It was a bad choice.
And it was a bad choice. That was your choice.
Nah, it was the 3 of us choice.
Well, you all made a bad choice.
Yeah, I agree.
The TVs
I could
were
argue
small.
that. Yeah, that was bad.
And I tell you, that place Matt and I go on Sundays, that's the ultimate perfect place to watch
Which is
football.
a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you got that huge wall of TVs in front of you. You don't stretch your neck watching them. You can see every TV.
And they had one of those right up the street from where we were at. We should have just went there. That's where we went last time.
I asked Matt, do they have B-dubs around? He said there's a Wild Wings up the corner.
Yeah.
And I said, well, fuck, maybe we should go there.
And there's a B-dubs in Brookwood if you wanted to go there. But either way.
I'll never watch football. I probably won't go in there again.
No, I will never go there.
I'm not going to pay $56
All right,
for
fuck you to senior pictures. My son's 18. He had to get his senior pictures, and they look great and all that shit. And then they show you the slide first of all fucking 45 pictures they took, and then they give you the booklet. And this has the prices, and they're trying to direct you to this. And you're just, as soon as you see the prices, the jaw drops. You're like,
oh, it does.
Okay, I already paid $55-$65 just to take the pictures. All right, that took a half hour. So you made $65 in a half hour off of me. Cool. All right, now I got to come back and pick out the pictures, and these packages are so fucking ridiculous.
They are.
And then they charge you by pose, too. So you can only, they take 45 pictures, they all look great, but they're like, now pick out 2.
Yeah.
Pick out 3, and if you're really rich, maybe pick out 4. But if by the time you get to 4, you're minimum packages, and this is minimum. They're only giving you like 10 pictures. Or like $700, shit like that.
That's insanity.
It's absolutely insanity. And then they give you the 1x1 prices. Well, the 8x10 on their lowest quality paper was $43. $43 for one 8x10 printout.
You can print out for 79 cents at Staples.
Or you can buy the images. Now, the images are $110 a piece. So, yeah, you can go buy, just take out 3.
They send them to you on the computer, right?
Yes.
Email. And you know what's funny? If you try to screenshot those, they fucking put a little thing over it.
Oh, yeah, it has a watermark.
Yeah.
So you can't do that, of course. And that makes sense. But they sell you the image without the watermark at the highest quality for $110 of shot. But still, I mean, buying 5 of those, you're still looking at almost $550 for 5 pictures. And then you got to go print them out.
And you're going to hang one in your living room.
Yeah, it's.
And the other ones are going to go in a shoebox, or maybe give them to family members and grandmas and stuff like that.
And you get shamed if you don't do it. You know what I mean? You can't be that guy that doesn't get their kids senior pictures.
No, and then they say, well, yeah, but we've got his name in the corner in gold embossed.
And then that'll be an extra $35.
Yeah, it'll say down here.
They're like, most families do the collage, and they point to this thing. it's like 3 of the pictures all on one thing, and it's like $240. Like, most families pay $240 for that.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is then when you get the pictures taken, even if you go the cheap route, your parents and her parents are both like, well, we want some pictures too.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, well, kick in then.
Yeah, the package that we were looking at was like $400, and $400 you got 1 8x10, 4 5x7s, and like 8 wallets. That's it for $400.
That's insane.
That's absolutely insane. And 3 different poses. I don't know how that works. I don't think you get the 1 8x10 of each pose. You got to pick which one's going to be the 8x10, which one's going to be the whatever. You know, and it's like.
See, back when I was in high school, there was only literally one company that did all these pictures. Well, I think you were stuck.
Yeah, and I think that's the way this works too. I think they contract it. Now I think you can go to them and just get the picture for the senior yearbook. And I don't know how much that costs just by itself. But let's say you just do that, and then you go to a private person for the rest of the pictures. Because really, what's it matter? You're just hanging them on the wall. You're not turning them in anybody. And I think a lot of people do that, but I bet you that costs you a fucking arm and a leg, too.
Guarantee it.
You know, I mean, professional photographers aren't cheap.
No.
I think it's because they only work 3 times a week, and they got to make that last for the whole week, so they charge you extra.
Well, it's funny. You see on Facebook all these hard-ons, pictures of, I get it. You want to take pictures of your family, and you want it to look nice and blah, blah. I get all that. But, when it's just you and the girl you've been dating for 8 weeks, hey, this is our 2-month anniversary. We spent $500 on pictures of us standing in a cornfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a douche.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially nowadays. iPhones take great pictures. Androids take awesome great pictures. You know what I mean? You can,
and then you could send them to Staples and they print them out for you, or Walgreens. They print them out. They look great.
You can go to the corn maze and just get the smartest looking dude there to take a picture for you.
Yeah, but we won't be looking at each other's eyes.
You can do that. You can look in each other's eyes. It's fine. Get a selfie stick. It's better than fucking paying that much money.
Because people are paying these monies so they can have the little...
It's all for Facebook pictures.
Fred Smith photography down in the fucking corner of this picture. You're advertising for the guy on top of it.
Yeah, fuck Fred Smith and fuck all the money that he's charging
I
me.
get it.
I'm gonna have to pick up a fourth job just so I can have a picture of my son on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
And granted, they take great pictures.
Yeah, good pictures. Sure.
You can take good pictures.
I
like
was
you
kind
said,
of
with that
annoyed with
iPhone.
some of the pictures because there was a glare in the eye of his glasses in some of those, and that drives me crazy on this fucking podcast when I'm watching this and I see the glare in my eye. But I feel like professional photographers should find a way not to have that there.
That's what the lighting is for, right?
Yeah. So that really bothered me. Like, oh, you expect me to pick that one out where it looks like he has one eye and the other eye is just a big shine? Like, why would I pay $400 for that?
Well, my senior pictures were fucking horrible, dude. I had that fucking horrible feathered hair, the 80s hair. The feathered hair, I had my coat on, and then he says, okay, on this next one, I want you to take the coat off, hang it on a finger over your shoulder. That's what they do with all of them. And I'm like I'm going, I look like some cocksucking, you know what I mean?
Like they have him like against the wall with his leg against the wall, stuff like that. Yeah, Anton.
Like he just got done, fucking at the prom committee thing or whatever.
And the great thing about Anton is he can't hide the look on his face of how he really feels when you ask him to do something. Yeah. So if he thinks it's fucking dumb, he's looking at you like you're fucking dumb.
I saw the pictures; they were good.
No, yeah, most of them were good. But there's a couple poses where you can tell that I can tell that look in his eyes, like, you want me to do what?
Yeah, you can do it yourself, but it won't say Anton 22 in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got some glitter paint. I can make this shit happen. Go fuck yourself.
There's enough apps out there. You can have it fucking done. You look like Brad Pitt.
All right, guys. Well, next week we'll see. Hopefully the Bengals will be 5-4. We beat the fucking Panthers. If we don't beat the Panthers, it's DEFCON 4. We're fucked. So otherwise, I got nothing else to say this week. Huh?
Next week we will have the new segment because this coming week I will be reviewing a sex toy for you.
Oh, okay, nice. So we got a new segment coming next week. We don't know if anybody's coming on. Maybe,
I don't know
maybe
the guy's
not.
name that's doing it.
Who
Certainly
gives a
not
shit?
me.
Yeah,
I don't know the guy's name.
Nah.
But you know what I was thinking about doing? Here's what I was thinking about doing.
All right.
Like all the guys we go on trips with and all of our friends at work, I was thinking of giving them one of the sex toys. Buying it, giving it to them, or, getting it from the girl at Pure Romance and saying, hey, I want you to try this. And then, videotape me a little review on it. And then putting it on there. Like the first one is a cock sleeve. I bought it. It's about this long. It's got a mouth on one side and a butthole on the other.
Oh, nice.
Or a pussy on the other.
All right.
Okay, and it actually has a pair of lips. You want a blowjob? You want to fuck?
So it's just a fleshlight, basically.
It's basically
an updated version.
But I want to see. I want someone to tell me if the pussy feels better than the mouth. They feel exactly the same. I'm sure of it. Mm-hmm. But I want reviews, and if you're not willing to do it, I am.
Yeah, I don't know of any people that will be willing to do it.
Reggie will do anything.
Reggie will do it. Reggie don't go on the trip, but yeah, Reggie will do it.
Yeah, I think some people on the trip would do it.
Reggie will do anything.
Everyone on the trip jerks off like crazy. Every man does. Every man jerks off.
Plus, we know anytime that you leave the campfire and you go inside and you're by
masturbating.
yourself, you're masturbating.
Without a doubt.
That's just what's going on.
No, I was peeing. It took 15 minutes to pee.
Yeah, you're masturbating.
Yeah, you're
Plus,
he was masturbating.
And Beasley goes, that's all. He goes to sleep early just so he can masturbate.
That's
all
all
night,
he does.
And then he wakes up before everyone else so he can masturbate.
And the beautiful thing, Beasley's at least smart. He's been telling us this whole time he can't sleep without a fan. That fan's to make background noise so you can't hear him masturbate.
And we hear him moan, remember? We heard him moan once.
He did too. You fucking jerk off. You're jacking off in a cabin full of 12 fucking guys. I heard the moaning.
Moaning. Not even just jerking off. He was moaning.
Who moans when they jack off?
Beasley does.
He does.
I think he got off. I think he was hoping that Matt heard him.
It's like those guys crack me up that fucking, when they're jerking off, they play with their balls and their nipples. Stop it.
Yeah, Beasley, you sick fuck.
You were fucking moaning, you sick fucking twist.
All right. Until next week, don't fucking moan when you jerk off. It creeps everyone out. Even if they say it don't, it does.
Later.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now.